Hello everyone, this is Shin Godzilla 2007, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the two legendary Bandai Godzillas. I mean, I know there's probably more than that, but these are just the regular size ones, like the Movie Monster series ones. The 2014 one and the 2019 one. Anyway, so I'm going to start with the 2014 one, because I have it in front of the camera right here. So, what should we start with? I guess articulation. So, most of the Bandai figures have pretty much the same articulation. I mean, you have the arm, and like the left arm, or like from his perspective, it would be the left arm, the right arm, and then the legs move. And I kept the tag on just because I wanted to show it. I may take it off, but I don't know if I will. So, here's the tag. It says Godzilla 2014 in Japanese right there, and in American below it. Let me see if I can focus on that. Okay. And then it has like a Godzilla logo, and it says 2014. And then it has a picture of the 2014 Godzilla. And on the back, this is one reason I really like the Bandai tag, because they have this, like, physical, like, cut out of the spikes, usually. There's the Godzilla 2014 title, and it's Warner Brothers and Legendary. And I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what that says, because I don't really know Japanese. The only word I know in Japanese is Godzilla, because it's that symbol right there, or those symbols right there. And there's the Bandai logo. So inside it, yeah, there's a silhouette of 2014 Godzilla, and then it says Godzilla 2014 in Japanese and American again. So, this actually has a lot of detail, because, you know, the scales, like, you can really see the scales, and there is something about the scales of the 2019 one. I'll get to that a little later. So yeah, and originally I didn't even know this Bandai figure existed for a while, because I had the other one. I think it was called like Attack version. I actually have it right over there, but I actually think I'll get that. So yeah, this is like the battle version or whatever they called it. So I may have to adjust the camera a little bit. So like this version, you know, it looks like it's roaring. I mean, this one can too, but this one looks like it's roaring and its tail is curled around over there. The spikes are pretty much the same, but this one's actually taller. The battle version is taller, and I don't know if this one was made like before this one or something, or maybe it was made after it, but I mean, it's actually a lot different. And I know it's still Bandai, but it's a lot different from the regular 2014 figure. And the reason I thought it was kind of weird, because like the arms actually can't go fully out. Like they do this. By the way, I did not buy this at G-Fest. I already had this. But yeah, so enough about that one. Let's just get back to the one we're already reviewing. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about with this one is the tail. Because I really like the tail, because I like how it goes up and over some. I'll just put it like this so you can see it better. Because like the tail goes up a little bit, and then it kind of goes over. And I'm going to do a comparison with this one and the 2019 figure in just a little while. Yeah, one thing I kind of like better about this one than I did the 2019 figure, I'll just say this already, that like the mouth is kind of more open, because on the other one it's a little bit closed, but this one's open. So I think it looks pretty movie accurate, and especially with the scales. I mean, that looks like the 2014 Godzilla. I feel like the head may be a little bit smaller than it is in the movie. But yeah, so also he has abs. And he has the feet that kind of look like elephant feet too. I know a lot of people talk about that. But yeah, so he just has really good detail, even in... I think he has good detail in the face. The camera won't focus again. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to get this. Okay, so apparently it doesn't want me to look at the face. But the face, as I was saying, I mean, it has pretty good detail. Just focus. Just wait a second. Okay, I'll just put it back over here. So, I mean, they did color inside the mouth, and the paint job... Let me just look a little bit closer. Yeah, so a lot of times on figures, the teeth or the gums will kind of bleed over onto the rest of the mouth, but they actually did a pretty good job with this one of not making it do that. And, yeah, as I said, the arms can do that. And the nails, the claws are a different color than, like, the rest of the figure. Yeah, that's pretty much all we can talk about with this one. Just focus. So, I think I'm going to get the 2019 one now. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about the 2019 figure. So, I guess we'll start off like last time and look at the tag. So, here they have a picture of the 2019 Godzilla. And by the way, if I'm ever doing my hands like this, it's because I'm trying to find it. Because I'm sitting behind the camera right now. And I'm just kind of having to try and move my hands around and find it. But yeah, so like the other tag, it says Godzilla 2019 in Japanese and Godzilla 2019 in American. There's a Godzilla 2019 logo and the 65th anniversary logo with Shin Godzilla on it. That is the Godzilla that's on it, by the way. So inside the tag, this is kind of the opposite way we did it last time, but inside the tag, again, it shows Godzilla 2019, except this time it's like a silhouette of him. And it says Godzilla 2019 in Japanese and Godzilla 2019 in American. And here's what's different, and this isn't really a difference I like that much, but they don't have the physical cutout on the back. Like, let me get the 2014 one. And most Bandai figures have this. And I really like it. It's, see how this one has that physical cutout of the spikes? And then this one's just a silhouette of Godzilla. There's no physical cutout. Wait, hold on. How'd they do it in this? How'd they do the silhouette thing? Oh, there it is. So yeah, all of the 2019 figures are like this. All of the... And at first I thought that it might have been because they weren't Japanese Godzillas. But then that didn't make sense when I saw this one, when I saw the 2014 one. I'm going to put that back down here. But yeah, I really like that physical cutout, so I really hope that this is the only time they do that, and that they'll go back to the physical cutout. But anyway, so the spikes on this Godzilla are obviously different, but they're actually glowing on this one. And I like that, but I'm pretty sure this is actually the only version of it, besides from maybe a Monster King one. I don't know if that version has been released. But, yeah, so I don't think there's really a version of this where they aren't glowing. But one problem I kind of have with this is that they aren't glowing all the way up the tail. Because, you know, in the movie, it starts glowing here, and then, you know, it keeps glowing there, and then it, like, travels up the tail and goes up to these. And then it shoots out the mouth. One thing to say about the mouth, too. This one kind of has a little bit of an underbite. I think that's what it's called when the bottom jaw comes out more than the top jaw. But yeah, so if I can get it to focus on the face, because usually it doesn't want to. Let me see if I can. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I don't know if you can see it very well. I may be able to zoom in. But his eye is actually blue, like it is in the movie when he's about to shoot his atomic breath. And that's really cool because, I mean, it's very movie accurate. Oh, you can actually see it better on this side. So you can see his mouth is blue there. I mean, not his mouth. His eye is blue there. And also you can kind of see the underbite a little bit better. And again, like the 2014 one, it has a lot of detail. It actually, like, you can feel it all. It feels pretty good. But, yeah, so it has a lot of detail. You can see the individual scales. And one thing, though, the scales are actually exactly the same as the 2014 one. Even these that go on the leg right here. They're all the same. So, they kept the scales the same, but this figure's actually taller. I don't know if you could see that just a second ago, but yeah, this figure is actually taller. So, articulation, I'm just going to move that out of the way for a minute. I may have to move it back over to the other side. But, so yeah, articulation is the same, you know. The arm moves, it's a little bit more stiff because this one has probably never been articulated before. Yeah, so the arm moves. This arm moves. The camera's low on battery. Focus on it. This arm moves. And it keeps not focusing. This is the perfect time for it not to focus. Not really, I'm being sarcastic. Yeah, so that arm moves. The legs move. And the difference, again, like, I haven't said this before, but this one actually has more spread out toes, and I think he has longer claws on his feet. They're not like the elephant feet. They changed it kind of to look more like the original. The tail does not move. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this figure. By the way, Ghidorah will not be in this review, but he will be in a different one. But yeah, that's all for the 2019 one. And now I guess I'll do the comparison between the two. Okay, so now I'm going to do the comparison of the two figures. So the first thing I'm going to do is the comparison between the tags of the figures. And this won't take long, and after I do it, I'm actually going to cut off the tags just so we can get like a better look at it, you know? But anyway, so let's look at the first differences. Let me flip this over. So, I mean, they both have two images that weren't used in the movie. I mean, it looks like someone made the images. I know the 2014 one wasn't used in the movie. But, I mean, they're just pretty cool. This one obviously doesn't have an anniversary symbol on it, because this one has the 65th anniversary on it. And this one, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the 60th anniversary of Godzilla, but it doesn't have like a symbol on it. And I mean, this one's like in kind of a box, the Godzilla 2014, and this one's not. Inside, I mean, it's basically the same, there's just two different angles. And then here's the thing I'm really wanting to talk about. So, again, I know I've said this before, but I really like how it has the cutout that you can feel, and it looks like the spikes on it. And I'm not saying I don't like this, because it looks cool, but I mean, it doesn't have like that cutout of the spikes, and I really like this because you can feel it, and all this really is just a picture of Godzilla. But anyway, so now I'm gonna cut off the tags so we can look at them a little bit better. Okay, so now that we can see more of their features without having to move the tag over and over again, we can start the main part of the comparison. So, I feel like this one's arms come out a little bit wider, like they go out more to the side than this one. I mean, obviously this one's a little bit taller than the 2014 one. The 2019 was taller than the 2014 one. But that's really understandable because in the movie, he's actually grown. The chest, the one on this one is the same color as the rest of the figure. But this one is more, I don't really know what color to call that. I guess you could call it gray. It kind of looks like gray and brown, but I don't know. So this one's claws actually have different colors. Is actually a different color than the rest of his body, and this one's not. And I mean, this is another difference that's really just a difference in between the two Godzillas. But this one, the 2019 one, has spikes more similar to the 1954 one, and this one is just its own design. And another difference is actually the tails. Because, I said they were different in a lot of ways and the same in a lot of ways. So both of the tails go up and then down, like the tail's moving. But this one goes a little bit more over to the side than this one does. Kind of like he's swinging it a little bit. And this one's just kind of straight. It's got a little bit of a tilt to the side, but not as much as the 2014 one. Also, this one's spikes are glowing. Again, not all the way down the tail though. I really wish they had made it go all the way down the tail. And yeah, this one's spikes are glowing, and the 2014 one's is not. And I do kind of wish that they had made a version of this where the spikes weren't glowing, because the SH Monster Arts one made a version where it wasn't glowing, and I don't know if they'll make a version where it's glowing, but they probably will since they did that with the 2014 figure. Did Bandai make a Atomic Breath version of the 2014 one? Because if they did, I don't really know about that, but I mean, NECA is making a glowing version of this, and they already made a non-glowing version, but anyway. So yeah, the feet, again, this is not really a difference in between, like, just the figures. It's the Godzilla too. But, like, this one's toes are a little bit more spread out than this one. This one has more elephant-like feet, and this one looks more like the original Godzilla. A lot of things about the 2019 Godzilla look more like the original, and I mean, that's definitely on purpose. Because that movie was basically a big Godzilla tribute. That's what it felt like, anyway. But yeah, so I already said this was a little bit taller. The scales, like I mentioned a minute ago, the scales are very similar. In fact, a lot of times they're just the same, but a little bit more spread out because this figure is bigger than this figure. So yeah, the scales look a little bit bigger on this one than they do on this one. It has those 3 lines right here like it does on this one. They both have gills. But, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, both of these figures are very good. I really like this one too because they actually did get the Atomic Breath really correct, that his eye is glowing. Also, his eyes are glowing. The only thing I don't like about this figure, the only issue I have with it is that it's not glowing all the way up the tail. And this one, I mean, I don't really have any issues with this one. This one's really good. I mean, his tail is kind of round at the end, but I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't really have a problem with that. But anyway, so yeah, that's going to be it for this figure review. I hope y'all enjoyed, and this is just part 1 of the G-Fest figures. There's going to be a lot more. And there's another figure I think I'm going to review first before I do any more G-Fest figures. But yeah, that's going to be it. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.